Yeah,
in the
T-Rex
aquariums.
Cafe.
Oh my god. What about the fish?
They released a statement that said their fish were fine,
Oh.
right?
Yeah,
But of course,
who knows?
exactly.
Come on.
The first thing I thought of when I saw that was just like, of course they're gonna say that. I mean, yeah, those fish don't make it. They're so dead. Oh, wow. Yeah, what food? Theme parks have food.
They do.
You can definitely buy food at just about any theme park. And, all right, that wraps that up.
Whether you want to eat it
I
is
think
another
that-
story.
I think that about sums up most conversations. That's about as far as most anyone else goes about theme park food, right?
Yeah,
For the most
except
part. For the most part. There's been a few exceptions.
late.
But
where Universal in particular has really stepped it up, and people are noticing that with the Simpsons food options and Harry Potter with the butterbeer.
all right, and it's starting to get more coverage.
Yeah, up until that, nobody talked about food at all. It was just, yeah, they got usual crap there. Burgers and chicken strips.
It was there, and there's been a golden ticket award,
Oh, sure,
I guess,
yeah.
all these years. But I don't think anybody really thought about it.
Yeah, not too deeply.
Well, I guess
Wow.
there's this whole new revolution, whatever, with, foodies and people with their food blogs and organic and, all this stuff. So you kind of have to step it up to that level. People are foodies now. Even your average person, everyone thinks they're a food expert.
Yeah, that's true. Food in pop culture has
Yeah.
exploded.
Yeah. So theme parks have no excuse anymore, I guess. People expect more.
Yeah, I guess everywhere now. Just mainstream across the board. Fast food restaurants have stepped up their game.
You go to a ball
Oh, yeah.
stadium and they have all these gourmet options now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, stadium food. And then, of course, the chain restaurants.
Food trucks, it's like
Oh, food trucks are huge.
there's no
now.
excuse,
Oh.
for not being gourmet almost. It's like
So I guess it's just a cultural phenomenon at this point.
Yeah,
It's just,
it-
which is
it
where
is.
things are going. Food is improving, and people are expecting more variety, more complex options, and better tasting options, just pretty much across the board. And it's finally trickled down into theme parks, I think. It's taken a while. It's probably one of the last areas left to kind of get on the bandwagon, but I think they have.
Yeah.
Or get on the food cart, I should say.
in the food truck.
And
In the food truck.
Just kidding.
and I guess it makes sense that Universal and Disney are the first ones to adopt this.
Well, they're kind of at the forefront,
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I guess Disney always was, at least with Epcot.
Yeah.
That was always on a different level
oh,
than any
sure.
other park out
It's
there.
more adult, I guess, the food.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it had
Kids
real
want chicken fingers.
4-star quality
I do,
restaurants.
but yeah.
You do.
Yeah, I want that too, but you can also get Norwegian whatever salmon plate. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you want to take it way back to the original.
I mean, I guess, where do we start?
I remember you said once, Brian, that
What did I say once?
you blamed
Just
Disney for
Everything. Everything that's
For
wrong
everything.
in theme parks.
that's ever happened.
I blame them. Yes, that's true. But go
well,
ahead.
well, blame them for every park just having burgers and chicken strips because that's what they had
Oh.
from the start.
Yeah, no, because Disneyland in particular, but the Disney company as a whole they created the modern theme park. What our idea of it is. And I do blame them because their food is not that good. In general, we mentioned Epcot, but their regular food, the quick service places they have, it's not very good burgers and not very good chicken strips and one of the driest turkey sandwiches I've ever had in my life was at the Pinocchio House in Florida, Magic Kingdom. And if that's like as good as they got, then when you had the people that were starting in that, it was that magical 5-year window where pretty much every regional park started, or whatever, 90% of the regional parks in this country all opened between like 70 or 71 and 76 or something like that. Why were you going to aspire to be any better than that?
Right. They're the industry leader.
They were all trying to, and that's how Six Flags started. They were trying to be the Disney in Texas.
Yeah.
Because Disney wouldn't come.
Yeah, other parks were probably thinking, oh, if Disney is not going to put a lot of effort into their food, then we shouldn't either.
Well, I don't know if they were thinking that, but they're just looking at it as Disney set the bar, and this is what we want to be. And so they were going to just try to be that. So when it came to the food, they would just mimic what Disney did, which wasn't very good.
Yeah, I think another thing is like, back then it was a treat to go to a park, Disney or wherever, wherever, any theme park, Coney Island, it was a treat. So like the food that you got there was, even though it was gross, fried, whatever, it was a hot dog, it was still like a treat. But today we eat so disgustingly with fast food, McDonald's every day, 3 meals a day, every day. It's not a treat anymore. It's like we've had too much of it. So I don't know if they just kind of Disney, but you know what I mean? It was like people, they actually
in 1955 you ate home cooked meals.
You had
I do understand what you're
so
saying.
Having a hot dog.
That's not
like
exactly what I'm talking about.
But they had all this. They could have the crappy chicken fingers and burgers or whatever in the 60s, because even though it was gross, it was still considered like a treat. We're at a theme park, and that's what you eat there, and you associate it with the theme park, not like being at home and having good food. You know what? It's almost enjoyable because it's gross, but you're at the park.
Again, I see what you're saying, although it's tough to. None of us could step, because we weren't alive then.
Yeah.
It's impossible to step into that mindset of that time. But I know just from growing up myself, going to parks, I sure as hell enjoyed the cheeseburger at McDonald's more than any theme park cheeseburger I ever got at that stage. And I could process that even then, young.
Yeah.
So, it's all fast food, but why is the theme park version of it cheaper, crappier than even what McDonald's was doing,
because
25 years ago.
That's not their first. That's not their first interest. That's their 50th interest is the food.
Well, that's the thing.
It's the captive audience thing.
Food. I
well,
guess.
and that is starting to change now.
Yeah.
Because mainstream America is has set up and noticed, I think, and now people are expecting better options and more diversity and more flavor.
Healthier.
Better quality.
Yeah, the health
healthier.
movement is also a big part of this, sure. So far, just talking about food in general in parks, we're really just looking at it as the food that the parks make themselves. I have a little bit of a fascination with chain food in parks.
Like McDonald's and Disney.
Yes.
I know that they have the French fry wagon.
Well, that's done.
Oh,
That's actually no more.
That was there for a time.
Rest in peace. I didn't know.
Westward Ho, right?
I had no idea.
You had to find the Westward Ho.
Westward. Oh yeah, right.
I remember the first instance that I really remember was McDonald's, but it wasn't at Disney because they didn't have it the first time I went to Disney. It was Six Flags. Six Flags had a somewhat brief, although I think it lasted a bunch of years overall, but brief in the overall history of things, a relationship with McDonald's. And Great Adventure was the one that I was familiar with, although I know other Six Flags parks at the time had it. And this was like early to late 90s, like a 5-year stretch, like 93 to 98 or something like that. And I remember, and I was pretty young in the 90s, and I remember like thinking that was like cheesy, or like, why would I eat there? Like, oh, why would you do that? Why would you go into a park and eat McDonald's when you can get that outside the park?
Yeah, you're looking for something more unique.
Right, and that was my first thing. But I guess I wasn't thinking about it completely because obviously the more you think about it, you realize that the things that are technically unique to Six Flags, in this case was just, we're talking about Great Adventure, are awful. I mean, just awful food. And though actually being able to get McDonald's is really not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's what you would actually want compared to your other options.
Right. So it's kind of weird because when my first encounter with that, I thought like it was a bad thing. Then as just a few years later, I got a little older and then kind of realized, wait a minute, this is not such a bad thing. My personal second encounter was at Hershey Park, which always had a few options. They still do have a few things. They still have Subway, I think, to this day, right?
Okay.
And they have Cold Stone now. It used to be Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, Stone Cold Creamery. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Used to have Ben and Jerry's. I know they had a Taco Bell
What?
for a
Ooh.
brief time in the 90s. Yes.
That's
That
different.
lasted maybe
man.
3-4 seasons.
Wow.
And those I do remember we did partake in.
It's the devil, you know. You know.
Yeah, I guess you could say it.
Well, Subway's good.
You could put it that way.
Taco Bell's good.
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
I like those two chains.
So now, as an adult, I guess I'm still overall torn. I guess my feeling is I'd still rather the parks have unique options, just good food. Make a good burger, and then put some effort and make some other things. If they're not going to do that, though, then I guess I would rather see the chains. And we have done that over the years.
Yeah.
We've done Panda Express, where they have it, and this one, Great Adventure.
We've gone into
We've also got it at
Island.
Cedar Fair. Yeah, that's one of those that's both at Cedar Fair and Six Flags parks.
Mm-hmm.
We have tried Papa John's
Yeah, so what are some other chains in parks?
before
Johnny Rockets.
we realized that it wasn't even as good as the Papa John's you get.
Oh, well, that was just the worst.
You know,
Maybe some of the worst pizza I've ever had, I think. But yeah, Johnny Rockets.
Walk and Roll. Is that a chain? That's a chain.
Walk
That's
and
like
Roll.
a mall
Yeah, well,
chain.
that changed over to
Well, that
Panda
was-
Express, right?
Oh.
yeah, Walk and Roll changed over to Panda
Was there
Express.
Burger
In Great
King?
Adventure, I don't know if it happened in other parks too. I don't know.
Great Adventure actually has a Nathan's, which I think is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they do. Been there for a while.
Pink's Hot Dogs is just starting to move in at the Cedar Fair parks.
Yeah, and Lake Compounds.
Oh, right, Lake Compounds.
More than Cedar Fair.
There's Pizza, which is a Canadian chain.
It's Little Caesars.
Cardboard,
Canadian Little Caesars.
cardboard pizza. Yeah, it is.
There's Chicky and Pete's, which, again, moving into the Cedar Fair parks.
Yeah, well, this is like, McDonald's had agreements with Six Flags and also Disney, and those are now no more. It is weird how these things don't seem to last forever.
Yeah, it's kind of a revolving
Except
door.
for the subways. I know, like Hershey Park got their subway like 20 years ago, and they still have, now they have 2 locations now. They actually expanded in the park. Or no, maybe they're down to 1 again. There's just that one in the Pioneer Frontier area. I'm not sure if there's a second one anymore. But, and the subway in Dorney Park has a long history. But yeah, most of the rest of these, it's, revolving door, in and out. Like Six Flags during the Shapiro era, he thought it'd be a great idea to bring in a bunch of chains, so they brought in Johnny Rockets, Papa John's, and what's the third one? What's the third one?
Well, it's Familia now.
Familia. That became No, what was wasn't there a third one?
Stone Cold.
Oh, Stone Cold ice cream. And that's the bottom line. Stone Cold ice cream.
Disney is, they just put in Starbucks, too, in their parks.
They just put it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
like surprised that they haven't.
So like Starbucks is just getting around. Yeah.
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 Or Dunkin' at least the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
It seems
Dunkin'
like-
Donuts just outside the main gate at Hershey. That's been there for a while already.
Oh.
Maybe about 10 years now.
I mean, I talked all about my
And then you
quest
put a
for the
second
coffee.
location. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, I talked all about my quest for coffee at Six Flags Park. Couldn't find it. You had to go to a Johnny Rockets in a scare zone to get coffee. And it was secret. They didn't even have it on the menu. So I'm
Oh, really?
surprised that they don't, they don't have like Starbucks
Starbucks. What
and
is
Dunkin'
this?
Donuts
What is this?
at every corner.
Starbucks.
Don't they want people all jacked up on coffee, getting all excited to wait online? I don't know. Maybe it would rile up the masses. They don't want too much caffeine.
So yeah, those are some chains that are in parks. If you know of any more, write us. Tell us. So I know this led to another sort of side conversation. What chains should be in theme parks?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I think about sometimes. And there are a few places that I do like that I do think lend themselves to being in a park. One of the first ones that comes to my mind is Five Guys. And I think it would work because they have such a limited menu anyway. So it wouldn't even have to be like a Five Guys Express. It could just be Five Guys because all they do is burgers. They only have one kind of cheese, American. They only have a limited number of toppings. They don't do chicken. They don't even do shakes. It's a very simple place. Just a very simple concept.
Burgers, dogs, fries,
and they do grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese?
They do
Okay.
offer grilled cheese. So it lends itself to the theme park atmosphere. You know, it's built. It works.
Yeah.
So that's one I'd like to see. Throw Five Guys.
Yeah, I agree.
That'd be
I
a
really like
great
Five Guys.
meal. You know, I would really enjoy that in a park.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just remember Chick-fil-A. Where,
oh yeah, Chick-fil-A.
They're in the King's Parks. But anyway, other chains that we think should be in.
Oh, and then I'd like to see Chipotle.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
that
a
would
big
work.
fan.
Again, limited menu. It's all, the ingredients are all laid out in front of you, so it's
Yeah, like a theme park
fairly easy to assemble.
generally likes to do anyway, right?
Yeah.
They like to have things that are simple,
Just on a steam table.
where
And,
everything's there, and then they just hire the 16-year-old kids and they don't screw it up, and it's fine.
I think CC's would work pretty well because
That's a little more complicated, but
there's a little more to that one just because they have a bunch of different kinds of pizzas, but you could limit that, I guess. But the pizza goes through an oven. It's not a conveyor oven.
Conveyor oven.
Yeah, it's not like you need to really watch it. It's automatic. The cooking time and the temperature and everything. So, and you just put it out and you eat it.
No, it's a buffet. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pizza buffet. So, which actually has become a little bit of a thing in parks recently, at least Busch Park.
Oh, the SeaWorld. Yeah,
parks
that's right. They do offer that.
have thrown that into just about every location
Yeah, pizza, pasta,
in the
buffet.
last couple of years. So, again, kind of lends itself to being in a park.
Well, what do you think, Muff? What chain would you like to see in a theme park?
I'm a Taco Bell fan. I do like a Pizza Hut Taco Bell because it's gross. But at least but follow me on this line. I thought at least there are vegetarian options there because some people are vegetarians. I was for many years. It's coming up my 1-year anniversary of not being one anymore. But you can get pizza.
What's
You can
Hut?
get lots of Taco Bell's got vegetarian options. So as a vegetarian for many years going to these parks, all I could get was like fries, a pretzel, like gross, I don't know, pizza. It just wasn't, there weren't a lot of options. It's like a burger or chicken fingers is pretty much all you got. So I don't know, a Pizza Hut Taco Bell combo might be a thing. Wendy's has some options. Salads, they have decent salads you can get. Not really.
Those I think are tough though, because now it's gotten to a point. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, all those. I mean, their menus have become so complex. They have so many things that that's where you get into having the express. You can't really have the full restaurant in a park. That's what I was getting at. I'm not just going with it's what I want to see, but it's also what I think would actually work. I mean, I'd love to see a Roy Rogers. Just because I want more of those
Yeah.
to exist. But I know that's probably not a great idea.
Or
from a business standpoint.
if you want to, I don't know if this is like totally against your point, but like a Panera, it is a little complex. It's a
Yeah,
little
they gotta like make
No,
their own
that's too-
bread
yeah.
and stuff. It's
I don't
like
think
it
a park
wouldn't,
could
it wouldn't
handle that.
work.
Express,
It would.
a Panera Express.
See, I could see why Panera would never go for that because it would just dilute their product.
Yeah.
It would never work. It would never work as well as it does outside the park.
Like if you get rid of the
And then-
bakery and the bread, and you just have sandwiches and
Then
salad.
it's not Panera. Then.
Express.
But
Panera Express.
They don't want to put their name on that.
Yeah.
Because that now it's sullying their name.
Mm-hmm.
It's associating that name with a crappier product. And they don't
That's
want to do
true.
that.
That's true.
I understand that. And I think that's why a lot of chains have never touched a theme park because they probably know it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, if it doesn't go well, if it doesn't come out to the same standard that it does in their main restaurants, you know, now they're taking a risk of having people. What if that's the first time someone tries that particular place? You know, your first Panera happens to be the new one that just opened up in Great Adventure, and then it totally blows, and then you're just going to assume that that's what Panera is, and you're never going to try it anywhere else.
Well, even Papa John's. Where
Yeah.
you know Papa John's was better outside the park.
Yeah,
We
it
had it in Magic Mountain, and it was just some of the worst pizza I've ever had.
Yeah.
So if you put a chain in a park, I don't know. It's
It is a risk. It's a risk for the chain itself. of
yeah.
Having their name associated with a product that's actually not up to the standards that they would like to keep.
Well, they have organic,
And no park feels like it's worth doing it.
Yeah,
So-
I mean,
so
well, they
start
have,
again, so yeah.
yeah, they have they have that board that says like where their beef came from, where their potatoes came from. So it's, and all the
Oh,
all
at
the
Five Guys you're talking about.
franchises. Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe they want to keep that quality. They don't want to.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe they say like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you could put a Five Guys, but you're gonna have to buy the Idaho potatoes and the fresh lettuce from wherever it comes from, and this and that. And again, it just becomes not cost effective for a park to do it.
Well, they do jack the price way up in the park with these chains. Like if you look at
they do.
the price of a Subway sandwich at any one of their locations outside the park and compare it to one inside a park, it's like twice the price inside the park or something.
Well, it's
crazy.
easy. It's easy to remember because it's the $5, right? The $5 foot long.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's the what is it? Like the just the ham one.
Yeah, just the basic ham and turkey
Oh
sandwiches.
yeah, so like that. I know the meatball marinara, which is one I get somewhat often when I do go there. Those are like $5 foot longs, and then like Dorney Park, where they had. I remember just a couple years ago. I remember just going in there just for the fun of it, just to see what the pricing was, and yeah, it was like I think it was more than twice.
What was it, like $12?
I think
or
it was
something?
like $10.99 or something. Was like the meatball marinara. So instead of 5, it's 11.
Oh my God.
It's a more than a 100% markup. Wow.
That's insane.
And yeah, it's like you pay for, I guess the convenience of not having to leave the park.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was just wondering about the policies of the different parks about bringing in your own food, because basically they have a monopoly. If you're not allowed to, you have to just eat what they
that's pretty much
serve
across the
you.
board. You can't,
So
Yeah.
except for Knoebels.
Well,
Right? I mean,
okay.
or they have like outside of the park areas where you can
Yeah, your car.
do what you
Otherwise known as your car.
The parking lot.
And the parking
Yeah.
lot at Great Adventure. It's
Yeah,
going to
with
become a dump.
no garbage
A
cans.
Jersey junkyard by the end of the night.
Gotta bring your own trash can.
Because that's what people do. Yeah, they do bring their own stuff, and then
The Great Adventure parking lot is completely filled with McDonald's bags at the end of the night.
Well,
they
I
should have
showed you
kept it. They
pictures.
should have kept it in the park. See, they
I showed you
make it a
pictures
killing.
of the Six Flags, the one in Chicago, outside of Chicago.
Over Chicago?
Six Flags over Chicago, and they had garbage cans everywhere, and the parking lot was spotless. Well, not spotless, but I mean, it was clean. So all you have to do is put some garbage cans in. If anybody at Great Adventure is listening, just invest in a couple garbage cans. But basically, they have a monopoly. If you're not allowed to bring in your own food, you're in the park all day. You have to eat, I guess, even though we haven't on certain occasions. We've just gone.
Well,
But
Oh, you leave the park. Yeah.
or you leave the park, or you just power through.
or you get a pretzel or something. Something
Yeah.
that's not too offensive that they can't screw up too bad.
Yeah.
But they have a monopoly. That's another thing. They have a monopoly on it. So unless you want to go into your car.
So which parks do you think have the most unique food options?
Well, I would say it has to be Epcot Center.
Oh man, you're going way back.
Oh boy.
Not the other Epcot.
You're dating yourself. Man, this place is better than Epcot Center.
Yeah.
What is it? It's the electromagnetic protocol.
No, wait, go. I want to hear what you come up
Community
with.
of Tomorrow, right?
What is it? What is it? What is it?
What do you got?
Electromagnetic prototypical Community of Tomorrow.
All right.
That's good enough.
Center.
Between that and the Circus of Improvement, we're all set.
Circus.
What is it really? What is the E?
I like it. That's good.
Oh, it's every paycheck comes out Thursday.
Ah.
Nah.
It's experimental prototype Community of Tomorrow, or some people say City of Tomorrow.
Oh.
Crickets.
Well, Walt Disney said community, so
yeah, but
I think
other people for some
Communist.
reason-
I think we can go with that.
Of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, well,
communist.
wait.
They have the best
What are you
food.
talking about?
The
Oh,
most, they have the most. What was it? The
Most unique food
Unique.
options. Yeah,
They do.
they definitely have some unique options. I mean, Norwegian food, Moroccan food, all the countries.
Sweet pretzel.
Yeah, sweet pretzel, sure. They got a bunch of different stuff
Well, they
there.
have the French restaurant alone, right?
Oh, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
they do like the authentic stuff? Escargot.
Oh,
and-
yeah. So that actually might take it. The other one that's worth mentioning is Knoebels. They have a lot of stuff.
I'm wearing the shirt. I know you can't see it out there. I'm wearing the shirt today because I knew this was coming up.
But they have some German, some Italian, some Mexican.
Yeah, what do we
Gator
get?
bites.
Gator bites. And what is that? What is that German dish I got?
Haluski.
Ah, there you go. And that is very unique.
But they have the waffle
What
ice
else they
cream
have?
thing.
Oh, they have some cool dessert thing. Yeah, that waffle ice cream sandwich.
The birch beer. Oh, Moxie. Yeah, so they got a lot of different stuff there. Great
yeah,
stuff.
they do. It's cool.
And it's all good tasting too. It's not, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good food.
It's good stuff.
All right, so I guess by that same token, Epcot and Knoebels, they both have a lot of variety.
I guess
It's not just unique food; it's also variety.
Right. I also think it's worth at least honorable mention, if not more. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, particularly. That's the park we have the most history with. Although they do have almost all the same options in a lot of the other parks. Tampa, not so much, but the other Busch Gardens. But the SeaWorlds seem to have their own take on the variety. But just, I mean, the fact that you can get a full Italian dinner, very unique.
Yeah.
You're not really getting that, anywhere else, aside from Epcot and the full-service Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
But
And the German food, you can get sausages.
the
and-
Fest House, all the red cabbage and all those options, and then the full barbecue options
Oh yeah.
they have. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Irish food.
that's a ton of variety.
Yeah. A bunch of desserts.
And then you can still get the burgers and chicken strips
So
too.
yeah,
So
they-
it's
they
like
do
it's
have that.
all there.
So then, who do you think has the least variety? I mean, it's got to be
Oh,
the Six Flags parks, probably, right? Just your burgers, chicken strips.
yeah. Does anybody have just that and nothing else at this point?
Yeah, because I guess even the Six Flags parks, they'll have a Panda Express.
Yeah, they have the chains.
Yeah, they'll have. Oh, even Great Adventure
almost-
has barbecue, right? They have the barbecue sandwich.
Yeah, Best of the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say like compounds or something, but
No, they.
they're getting pinks now,
Yeah.
and they had a Giant Rockets trailer for the
And
first
they-
for the first time that I ever saw it last Halloween.
they have the chowder bowls.
Oh,
Oh,
they
during
have that
Halloween time, yeah,
ridiculous.
they have that stuff.
They do have that.
the guy gets
the
with the
ballroom
chainsaw.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, that restaurant's there all year round with the ribs and the.
Right.
I don't think they're good ribs. There's the whatever the
Oven ribs.
oven ribs and the bland chowder in the stale bread bowl that they charge like $12 for, whatever it was.
Oh, it's so
Remember that?
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point nobody has just like 3 options. Everybody's got something else.
Yeah. Maybe some of the real small parks.
Yeah, like
There's only like 2 food locations or something.
So at least, I don't know. So least options with. I mean, maybe it's Six Flags.
Okay, and there's also, I think it's worth mentioning that Lake Compounds and Holiday World offer free soda.
Oh, the Mountain Dew, the endless fountain of Mountain Dew. Yeah,
Because we mentioned this in our Lake
Best.
Compounds
The
review.
best. Yeah.
Tap the
And,
Rockies.
Yeah.
Tap the Rockies.
Because Muffy just can't get those slogans right, so. She's
I'm drinking a Coors
what
Light
is
right
their
now.
thing?
Yeah,
Tap the
and-
Rockies? Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I do this.
the
I do it too
mountain.
now.
It's a
It's
mountain?
fun.
Oh,
Mountain Dew, tap the Rockies.
Mountain Dew. Nothing gets you going for a 45-minute haunted house like just Mountain
Chugging
Dew.
a gallon of Mountain
chugging.
Dew.
Any yeah.
And
For
if
hours.
if you get a good fountain where the syrup's really running thick,
Woo.
it is really
Like
good.
lava down that mountain.
Yeah, I mean, because even like the Pepsi, it's like, I'm not really a Pepsi guy, but it's some of the best Pepsi I can still get.
Nothing tastes
Like-
better than free. That's what I
Well,
would
that's
say.
part of it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. That does add to it.
Yeah, we talked about that. We drink more because it's free than we normally would.
Yeah, like I'm
So
not
you feel
even
like you're
thirsty.
getting away
and
with
it's just
something.
after every ride, it's like
Yeah.
you just do one,
Right.
just do a shot, because why not?
Right.
Do a shot of Dew.
Yeah.
And also,
I love Mountain Dew.
they
Three drinks
had
can kill.
there's also the Coke truck
Oh.
that was touring around some of the parks. We happened to catch it at King's Dominion and Great Adventure.
Are you talking about Club Coke?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Club Blood? Oh, Club Coke. Oh.
Yeah.
More free soda.
We got it at King's. Did you just say it?
yeah, King's Dominion and Great Adventure.
Yeah.
And
oh, that's awesome.
and you should look out for this if you see it in your local park,
Look out.
because it's I hope they continue this. It's a Coke truck that they just park. It's like a trailer that they just park somewhere in the park, and inside they have pretty loud music and some games for people to play. But most importantly, there's free Coke. They'll fill a glass
it-
with ice and pour some Coke in it, and you
Is
can
it
have as much as you want.
Coca-Cola Classic? It's just Coke?
Yeah, it's
or
regular
is it-
Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
don't
No,
do
it's
that.
80s new formula.
Oh. Uh-oh.
They had they finally figured out 25 years later how they could unload it. The rest they had.
Is there a
Well,
Crystal
it is all
Pepsi?
cans.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
No. It's just Coke Classic. It is cans. That is the one thing that's a downgrade, I guess. It's not a fountain.
Yeah, okay.
Cans?
But
I
it's
find
very cool.
Nah, nothing
Cans-
beats fountain for me.
Coca-Cola
but-
tastes pretty great. Okay. Any Cokes.
Or Coke Freestyle
Well, hey-
machines. It should just be Coke Freestyle machines lined up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that would be the best, but
But free Coke tastes the best.
yeah, it's an air conditioned trailer.
Oh,
we
that's,
should say
that's right.
the
That's the other
element,
thing. Yeah.
Because in the middle of summer when it's hot as the devil's dick outside, and then you can go into the air conditioned trailer.
And have a nice
and
ice cold
You
Coke.
just drink like 3 or 4 of them. It's a small cup. Or is it like an 8-ounce cup or something?
Yeah.
It's like a smaller cup.
It's a small cup.
Like
You
half
can have
a
as many
can.
as you want.
So then, yeah, we could just hang out there and you just keep getting them.
Well, do you think they took a page out of I'll say it again, Epcot's
Oh wow, man! You got a payroll?
Epcot
Did they get to you?
electromagnetic
Did Disney get to you?
Proto-
Because I know they're pretty crazy.
We got Mr. Muffy.
Oh, they bought you off, huh? That's it. You're out of here.
Don't worry. We control
You're not
Mr. Muffy.
guesting on our show anymore. Get out of here.
Have you guys been to Epcot?
I know. Wait, I just want to play this Epcot commercial.
Have you? Oh. But they do have the Coke, whatever that thing is. Coke.
Oh, the
Oh,
Community of
International
Tomorrow.
Coke
I don't know.
Pavilion.
Whatever
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah.
that's
Well,
true.
That
They-
was what? Club Cool.
yeah.
Club Cool.
Epcot stands for Electromagnetic Prototypical Coke of Tomorrow.
Have we said this show is sponsored by Coca-Cola
And Epcot.
and Epcot Center?
Yeah. But yeah, I forgot about that. You can get some free soda there too. You can try different sodas from around the world.
No, about the drinks and the Cokes. Coke Freestyle. I did mention it. First time I ever saw Coke Freestyle was at Universal Studios.
Oh right,
Florida.
they have it. Yeah.
And I just an aside about that. I just think it's funny because when I saw it there, I guess that was 2011. So the Coke Freestyle concept hadn't been around too long before that, and they had it as this special like line up, and it was like $20 a cup, and you only have one shot to do it, and then you gotta stand on line and pay another $20. And maybe it wasn't really 20, but it was up there.
Well, like
It
Great
was something
Adventure,
ridiculous.
it is like $20 for the souvenir
And
cup.
then yes, and Great Adventure does it like that, and still does up to last season. And I just think it's funny because in those few years since then, like now you can just get the Coke Freestyle, just like that's the fountain offered at certain fast food places.
Yeah.
Five Guys, at least around here
Mm-hmm.
in New York, does that.
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake does that. There's a local Connecticut chain called Duchess. It's confined to just Connecticut, and they do that. So I think it's kind of funny though that where you still, at least I don't know if Universal's still doing it, but I know Great Adventure is still trying to push it or pass it off as this special attraction. Meanwhile, it's now just becoming like a Coke fountain in your local fast food place. But anyway, that was a little whatever.
Okay. So we talked about food inside the parks, but there's also a lot of food just outside the gate. And when I say just outside the gate, I mean within walking distance. And I think it's worth
The
mentioning.
parking lot? Sorry.
You can rummage through the
Your
garbage
car?
cans in Great
What I'm
Adventure.
talking about is you go in your car and you eat a sack of McDonald's. So yeah, so food within walking distance, not something you would have to drive to, because if you have to drive, then you can drive anywhere.
Well, so it's still associated with the park. It's
So
put up
essentially, yes,
by the
Yeah.
park, but technically outside the gate.
Right, and I think the prime example of that is downtown Disney at Disneyland.
'Cause in
Oh.
Florida, it's a
Florida, you
separate
can't do that.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
City Walk.
City Walk, either one. But,
right. City Walk.
But really, the Hollywood, that was the first, right? City Walk Hollywood. Didn't that? We figured that out, didn't we, recently?
yeah,
It was
they
something
built that.
like we couldn't believe how long that's been there. It was like 1990
It
or
was
something.
like '93 or something. It
It
was.
was like, so I think
they
that was the
built
first
that
one.
a long time ago.
And then Disney really copied it.
And then of course,
Not uncommon.
Florida, Universal Orlando, they did theirs in '99, and the other, one that is really old, that goes back a long ways, right outside the gate, restaurant right outside the gate, is Knott's with their chicken dinner place,
Oh yeah.
Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant.
All right.
So that's been there a long time. Cedar Point has a Famous Dave's right outside
On the
gate.
marina. Well, they have a Fridays in the hotel.
Okay, yeah,
And then they
that's
have
right.
on the one side on the peninsula, and then the other side on the marina, they have a Famous Dave's.
Hershey Park has Chocolate World right next door.
With food options, yeah.
Actually, isn't Tudor Grill? Is it still called
Oh
Tudor
yeah,
Grill?
two-door grill.
Yeah.
Four-door grill. The former four-door grill, but they cut it in half.
Isn't that technically outside the gate?
Yeah, it's outside the gate.
Yeah, okay.
And that's the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, right, yeah. That's right. You
there.
mentioned the Dunkin' Donuts before.
Yeah, Hershey does that. Yeah, Tudor grill. No, now it's called just like Hershey Sports Grill,
Okay.
because
yeah.
everything has to be a sports grill now.
There's also Nickelodeon Universe. It's in a mall. There's a lot of food options there.
Oh, that's a whole different animal.
That's like yeah. And also, pretty much every seaside park, there are restaurants.
Well, yeah, that's another whole different animal. There's a whole boardwalk lined with all kinds of vendors. I mean, that's like Coney Island. We got the original Nathan's.
Oh yeah.
A few steps away from the Luna Park and Dino's Wonder Wheel Park, which is pretty cool. But that's not associated or put up by the park. So that just happens to be a outside food option that's right there.
Yeah.
Which is really another thing. Animal Kingdom has
Oh, they have a
Rainforest Cafe right outside the entrance.
Yeah. Can you access that inside the park?
I'm not sure.
I want to
Never eaten there. I've never eaten there.
I want to
so
say you
I don't know.
can. I've walked in there. I haven't eaten at
I've
that
walked
particular
in,
one. though.
yeah, but I've walked in from outside the gate.
Okay.
I don't know if you can get in from the park.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
you
not
can.
sure. Okay.
And then, of course, Magic Kingdom in Florida does have the 3 hotels
Yeah, you
and
can
all
just
their
take the monorail,
restaurants,
too.
which is kind of all you can't walk really, but it's not walking distance. You got to take the monorail really,
But it's easy enough to get to.
but yeah, I mean it's something different, something special.
Best theme park burger.
Ooh, what do you mean? Like not a chain that's in a park?
No, you
I mean, the only
you can-
chain is Giant Rockets anyway, which sucks.
You can include chain, yeah, if you want. I mean,
I don't know. I don't get.
I don't know if I've
I don't
ever
get burgers
had
in parks. Yeah, I don't.
a real good theme park burger.
I
Ever.
don't do burgers in parks. Last time I did that, maybe it was like late '90s. Great Adventure,
Oh,
Great
you know
Character
what?
Cafe, and it was awful.
You know what? I'll tell you what. The last time I had a burger in a park, I think, was a bunch of years ago at Universal Hollywood, and the burger at I don't know if it was it Mel's or something.
It was Mel's. Yeah, you did that. I didn't.
That actually wasn't bad.
All right, so
That
Mel's.
may take it for me. All right, best pizza.
I like Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, Universal.
Actually, they have a very good pizza. Universal Pizza, I guess in general. I guess it's the same one. Last time we actually got it in Louis.
Oh
In
yeah,
the studios.
yeah.
But usually we get it at Circus McGurkus, or they do it personal pan style, and I do like that. Very good. That actually edges out Busch Gardens pizza for me.
What about you, Muff?
I'm blanking out. I can't think of any good pizza that I've had.
Well, yeah.
It's possible.
I really can't.
I could give honorable mention though too to Knoebels.
Oh, really?
Caesar's pizza. There, I know we were looking at it last time. I had that a long time ago. First time I ever went to the park. It's a bunch of years, about 12 years ago now, I guess. And I did have it that time, and I do remember I did enjoy it.
You know what probably was the best theme park pizza was macaroni's at Cedar Point.
Oh, that was very good. Yes,
That probably was the best I ever had.
the
but
Mac.
It doesn't. It's no longer there.
Remember the Mac? It's Saved by the Bell theme. It's just stuck in '92. The whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That was very good.
And just honorable mention. I think Legoland's pizza was all right.
Oh, Briccolini.
Yeah.
God.
Briccolini's. It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Yeah, it was just okay. But
Yeah.
it's better than like the pizza we got at Kennywood or.
Oh, that was
That-
awful.
you know, yeah.
Oh, that was
It's
awful.
better than a bunch of other theme park pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. Best chicken strips. Muff.
I have to say now I'm newly on the chicken. It's been a year, but Six Flags Over Chicago had great chicken strips. This last time I went in October, last October, they had really good chicken strips, chicken fingers with waffle fries.
All right, Brian.
I don't really do chicken strips.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know.
It's,
I don't
It's kind of
really.
like the burger. It's
I've
like
never really. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, moving on.
I don't have any basis to talk about that from.
All right, best fries. Potato Patch.
Oh,
Is that why?
I don't know.
Just because it's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
No, I was thinking how that.
had no
I don't
idea.
feel that is.
I never got the Potato Patch fries.
But I
so-
just within a park. I guess maybe it is
what about
because really it's the only alternative. Everything else is just frozen fries. Pretty much
yeah,
across
at least
the board.
you can see him cutting the fries.
So yeah, the potato patch is good in that sense. It's just not the. It's supposed to be like the best fries you've ever had, and I don't think it is.
Yeah, yeah. Best dining location. What's your favorite place in a theme park to eat? Your favorite setting?
Ooh, La Piazza,
yeah,
San Marco.
yeah.
Okay. Better than the Fest House at Busch Gardens.
I like that
Williamsburg.
better. Yeah, open
These
air.
are both at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Open air, the music, the way it used to be, the water fountains,
It just has a really unique.
or like
feel.
waterfall. It was like
Yeah.
waterfalls. I'm thinking of right, the falls that are not there anymore.
It's a unique feel. Like anybody can theme up the inside of a building, but they like themed up the outdoors and the indoor. Like they really brought the two together.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Love you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
Oh no, I would give an honorable mention to the one in in Epcot,
Oh God.
the Mexican
Oh,
restaurant.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
outside inside.
see,
Yeah.
I love my outside inside.
You can't
Outside
beat
inside.
a good outside inside.
You can't beat it.
Yeah.
With this thing.
I will give that to you.
And that's
What is that?
And the
called?
ride goes right through it.
The
that's
ride.
probably the best outside inside, right?
I think it might be, and,
Yeah.
and the ride goes through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean,
that, and ET is actually really good. The queue for ET.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I think the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot.
Is that what it's called, Mexico Pavilion?
Yeah.
Or
it's
does
just
it have a
Mexico.
name? Okay.
Oh, the restaurant is the San Angel Inn.
Oh.
San Angel Inn. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I would also mention the Rancho del Zydeco at Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Alright.
really beautiful spot right by right next to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Outdoor, but sort of semi-covered, sort of like La Piazza.
Yeah, it is nice. It is definitely a really nice place.
Really
to
nice. And also I also think the Hungry Bear restaurant, if you get a table right by Rivers of America.
eat. Hungry Bar.
Yeah, that's a really nice spot.
Yeah, if you could be on the river, you kind of tucked away over there, and you almost feel a little isolated, which
Yeah.
is hard to feel in that park because everything's just so cramped on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
All right, so those are some of our favorite dining locations.
And then the
in
Fest
parks.
House. You know, we mentioned
Yeah,
the Fest
Fest
House.
House.
The Fest House. In
Well,
Williamsburg
actually,
is
yeah,
great.
another one that we've never done, but we really got to do one day is Mythos at Ellen's Adventure. One of these days, we'll get to it. I'm sure it's a cool place to eat. I'm sure it's beautiful on the inside. It's beautiful on the outside.
Yeah.
Oh, another one of my favorites is the Monster Cafe.
Oh.
That is really cool. I
Universal.
love
Remember that?
Yeah, I know you love it.
Yeah.
That was
Because you
cool.
make us walk through it every time.
Yeah.
It's whatever food.
You just gotta spend like 5-10
But-
minutes just looking at it.
I just want, I love the concept.
The creature from the
And
Black Lagoon.
They did it
the
really well. Yeah, that,
Wolfman.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frankenstein. It's just cool.
Yeah.
Mummy.
I've never eaten in there, so I don't have any
I mean, the
Yeah.
food
attachment to
is
it.
I think I
burgers
only
and
ate in
chicken
there
strips, but
once
Yeah.
my
the
whole life.
location. Yeah.
But they just did a hell of a job
Yeah.
in there.
Well, they, ride the movie, eat the movies.
Now it's eat the
Eat the movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into our what we think is best food and worst food, what's just some okay food?
Oh man.
Why would we even do that?
Because
What didn't make you
I think there
vomit
is a middle ground.
immediately after?
I think there is a like
Like,
just okay.
yeah, the Zydeco you just talked about.
Yeah, I think Disneyland
That's
is
like
actually one of those places.
Just okay.
The food at Disneyland, it looks great. It's presented nicely. It just doesn't have a lot of flavor, though. It's really kind of a shame. Because they definitely put more effort into their food at Disneyland than a lot of other parks, most other parks.
Well, more than they do in Walt Disney World.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Walt Disney World, aside from Epcot, they don't try at all with the food. Disneyland actually does.
Yeah, well, Florida's all about the restaurants.
Yeah.
Go to the hotel, go to the restaurant. They don't bother at all with the cafeteria style, quick service places. But Disneyland, it does. And there is some good stuff. I like the Plaza.
Oh, Plaza is good.
Plaza
yeah.
Pavilion.
Yeah, that is good.
What about
Delicious prime rib.
what about Dollywood? Just okay?
So anyway,
Yeah, that's a
I'm
tough
really
one.
trying to get
I don't
Dollywood
even
in
know
here.
if I would call it just okay.
no.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you didn't. No, you ate. You had the buffet.
I did.
Aunt Granny's.
Yeah, I remember
did
we were
something.
in like a big back room.
Yeah, we had our own private room.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, right.
Everything looked good. Like the setting looked good. But I remember the food being just whatever. Just okay.
Yeah,
Isn't
no
that
flavor.
the
It
category?
was
Just
like-
okay?
Below Old Country buffet. It was like really nothing.
Yeah, this is something I don't understand. I don't understand why a lot of people make a big deal about the food at Dollywood.
It won the golden ticket,
Yeah.
right? The last
Yeah.
year, did it not? 2013,
Yeah, it beat out Knoebels.
Wow.
like first time ever.
The food doesn't have flavor. I don't get it.
Yeah, we really tried to give it a chance.
We've eaten at a bunch of the
we
places.
went to the we've had the Aunt Granny's buffet, and then we did one of the sit down
yeah.
restaurants. It was like the chicken coop.
Okay.
Oh no, it wasn't the chicken. No, we didn't do the chicken coop. That was the place we didn't do.
No, it,
There's
it
the
was-
one where you eat in the chicken coop.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We didn't do that. We did the other one. It was like the porch.
Yes.
We
yeah,
done some. It was like
yeah, it was like that.
someone's porch.
And we've had those giant skillets where they cook up the food on those giant
Oh,
skillets.
in the middle of the park. Yeah,
Those are famous.
we just got like the
Dollywood.
potatoes and the couple other different things from the
and
skillets.
It tasted like nothing.
Yeah,
all the food there just tastes like air. I don't
Yeah, no, I got the fries. They're supposed to be they cut the potato into the like homemade fries and kettle fries. And if it wasn't for like the barbecue dust that they threw on, like they had to be taste like nothing.
I also think I thought Legoland had okay food. I'm okay with it.
Well, just the pizza, right? We didn't have anything else.
But I think it's okay.
Broccolini, yeah, that was alright.
And Silver Dollar City falls in line with Dollywood pretty much. So, Brian, Mr. Muffy, what do you think is the worst theme park food out there? Who has it? Where can you get it?
Just based on experience, we've been there so many times, and it's just been consistently bad as Six Flags Great Adventure for me. That one specific park. I haven't been to the other Six Flags parks that consistently, but I'm sure they're up there.
Six
Down
Flags,
there, I mean.
Six Flags in general,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, they probably have the worst food. I would really say Walt Disney World also is up there with them. The quick service places
that's
there.
especially offensive because it's just Disney, and you just go in expecting something better,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it's just so crappy, it really gets you.
So probably, I would say those two, Six Flags and Walt Disney World.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, that is a wow.
It's a wow factor.
All right, so who's got the best food?
All right, well, I'm just gonna get up and leave because I can't listen to this.
It's hard to argue with Epcot. It's hard. You can go one by one, like each one of their restaurants. You can go one by one, and
It is hard to argue, and it is one of those things that, I mean, those golden tickets lack integrity in a lot of ways, but that one in particular, have always wondered, like, how do they not have Epcot
They ignore
with best
Epcot.
food? Like, I don't understand, because they don't. It's not like Disney's excluded; it's there in
Right,
other
right.
categories. But how do they discount Epcot?
They
when
just
they
pretend
tally
that it
it up.
doesn't exist.
Like, it's
is
just
it because it's
like
so on another level that it can't compete
yeah, but that's
with
just
everything
like
else?
bullshit. I mean,
You
come
know?
on.
Because it would
do
always
that.
win. Like, it just can't,
yeah, it's silly to have the mentality of, well, it's just so good we can't include it.
Because you
Yeah,
have like how
it's-
many 4 or 5, whatever the highest star restaurants are there. You have a couple
Yeah.
of them, right? The French,
Yeah, Le Cellier's.
the
that
Italian,
way up there.
Norwegian.
Yeah,
So you just
yeah.
you can't have it compete with La Familia and wherever.
Pizza Patio,
Yeah, it's just not fair. I
Pizza
guess.
Patio, and Burger Barn in Dorney Park. It's just not going to compete.
Yeah,
People
that
know
old
about
Burger Barn.
Epcot. They know. It's like
Yeah.
it has its
Lucy's
own,
Lunchbox
Yeah.
in Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, and Epcot, because of the restaurants, the quick service places in Future World, it's the regular Walt Disney World garbage that they're serving up over
well, they have the
there.
land. How about Land Food Court? Where does that fall in? Is
Oh.
that's sort of like a just okay?
That's like just okay.
Category.
Actually, you're right. But even the quick service locations in the countries are good.
yeah,
I've
for
eaten
the
at a
most
bunch of
part.
them.
Yeah. Except the American Pavilion.
Oh.
Yeah,
Have we-
ironically,
Have we ever been to the American restaurant? Is
No,
there
why
an
would
American
you? Well,
well,
restaurant?
because all they have is some shitty quick service place that
Oh.
serves really bad turkey sandwiches.
So
and
it's
shit.
American.
Dry turkey sandwiches.
Yeah,
Typical Americans.
I really can't believe they haven't put a really nice upscale, American restaurant
Decent steakhouse.
in the in the American Pavilion yet. It's
barbecue
A Boulder
restaurant.
Creek.
it's incredible to me.
Yeah. No, that's not decent.
I know.
I already said decent.
So Epcot is great, but besides Epcot, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, my opinion, has the best theme park food out there. At least quick service.
Yeah, I agree. They don't have a real table service.
Well,
right? they kind of
tried-
dabbled in it for a
yeah.
second, like half a season. It didn't really work.
Well, we looked at the menu and we figured out that it was just the food from the quick service places.
Yeah, it was just an option or two from each, and that was it.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show you how good that food is, as it is table service quality food.
Yeah. The food there is excellent. and I don't know why it doesn't get more recognition. That's baffling to me.
Yeah, I mean, they really do a great job. They have their own kitchen with their own chefs, and they actually
make the stuff there. It's not all frozen crap.
Yeah, they actually, like with the Italian we mentioned earlier, they actually make the pasta. It's fresh made pasta and some pretty complicated dishes you normally would not see in a theme park.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty great, and it's all good. It tastes great. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the quality is excellent. If they had a restaurant, if Busch had a restaurant, just around the corner from me, I would go there. I would eat there regularly.
Yeah, I think we asked each other that at one point. That came up.
Yeah.
Last time we were there, like, if there was just a Busch, well, it wouldn't be Anheuser-Busch anymore, but whatever it would be, restaurant that served this food, would you go there? And yeah, I think we both agree would be yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And the portions are huge. Well, a lot.
They do give you a lot. I mean,
So
you do pay for it.
Yeah.
We're not going to say it's a value or like a,
Yeah.
it's the price kind of matches the quality. You have to
true.
pay. You want the quality, you got to pay for it.
And the thing is too, we always, for every meal, we always get a dessert, and maybe even an extra food item, a side dish.
You
or
always
something
get like an
because-
entree and a dessert, and then sometimes you even get like some sort of appetizer thing.
Yeah, because we love the food so
it's
much.
all
Food is so good that
yeah, you want to just get everything.
yeah,
every
and then
time you're there.
the bill always comes to like $20 for every meal or something. It's
I think it's more,
or even
it's
more?
Like 25.
oh wow,
Usually.
it's just it's a lot,
Like
but it's
each,
it's
yeah.
great though.
Yeah, it's like it's worth it.
Yeah,
We never think twice. You just do it. You just
of
do
course,
it.
yeah. No, and then in the past we tried to figure out ways to sneak in an extra meal there.
We did do that once.
Yeah,
We had like 4 meals in a day.
we did 4 meals there in one day. Yeah,
'Cause it's just that we just actually wanted to eat.
yeah.
That's one of the things that when we go to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, that we want to do. It's one of the reasons we go, and that's the only park that we do that in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right.
Even Epcot, we don't do that.
Even Epcot, yeah.
Even in there, it's just we eat when the typical 2 meals when hungry, and but we don't go too nuts, forcing additional meals or going back additional days to just for the food and then leave again or anything like that. We've never done that. Busch Gardens Williamsburg's the only park we've done that in.
Yeah, well, food for us is an important thing. It's not just something.
Yeah,
it's not just
we're,
nourishment to keep you going. We want
Well,
a tasty meal.
We're kind of foodies, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? You could say that.
No, sure. Any last thoughts on food in parks?
It's there.
You gotta
Okay.
eat.
You gotta eat. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's why a lot of theme park food is bad, because
Seafood, eat it.
captive audience, you gotta eat sometime, and you gotta buy our slop, and you gotta pay an arm and a leg for it. That's kind of mean. That's kind of nasty.
It's just, I guess food wasn't really a major concern of Walt Disney and
No,
the
that's what I'm saying.
Imagineers.
He
It really
just
wasn't. He
took-
didn't really care about that.
He just took what was at carnivals. He took the popcorn, the hot dogs, the burgers, your typical stuff, ice cream. It's all fine, but he didn't elevate it.
He just didn't think that's one. Yeah, he elevated the whole park concept,
Right.
theme, attractions, rides, shows, even the parades in even in the early days. But yeah, food was not on his mind.
Yeah, I don't
Food,
think so.
Disney and the original Imagineers or WED guys didn't do that. It wasn't their thing. They just felt, just as long as it's there, it's okay.
Yeah, it's
Like, you got to have food, but other than that, they didn't worry about it.
the one major area.
Yeah, that they didn't delve into and elevate.
Except for Epcot, really. Thanks
For
Riding. So, Brian, how are the tires?
You got new
They're
tires?
doing fine.
Okay, good.
Just fine. Holding pressure. As they should.
love to know what you think. Post a comment or question on thanksforwriting.tumblr.com, or you can email us at thanksforwriting@yahoo.com. We're on Facebook too.
What about Facebook?